Righty-ho, here we are. Good morning, everyone. Bright and early on a Saturday morning for some more VORON building live stream, sponsored by, of course. This video would not have been possible without our sponsor, LDO Motors, so thank you to them for supporting live streams on Vector 3D. For more information on their VORON v0.1 kit and other products, keep on watching or follow the link in the video description. Wonderful. Of course, a big thank you to them. So, obviously in the last stream we did spend a lot of time trying to assemble this gosh darn extruder. I haven't fiddled with it since, so it's not necessarily any better than it previously was. But we do obviously need to get a move on with the wiring and enclosure stuff to kind of catch up. And hopefully then we'll be able to do first print and stuff tomorrow evening. That's the plan. Hopefully we can get there. Still quite a lot to do. But hopefully this wiring won't take too long because a lot of it should be kind of, I mean, all the ends and stuff are crimped. Should just be plugging stuff in the right places and we'll be there. So it'll be nice and easy. So, good morning to everyone. I feel like I should whisper because we're all still half asleep. Is Annex K3 another... another printer? I mean, I do like building printers, so there's no reason why we wouldn't do it. It's just making sure we can get someone to sponsor it, because otherwise building printers just gets very, very expensive very, very quickly. Actually, I did lie. I said I didn't do anything, mainly because I'd forgotten that I had. So I did actually test another spring, so the proper spring should be around here somewhere. I don't know what I did with it. So the actual spring is here. This is the one that was provided in the kit, and I think it's a bit stiff. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's maybe one of the sources of the jamming. So what I've used is a much lighter spring and also a bunch of washers and stuff to make it all work. I don't know if that's going to be enough tension now. It could be way too loose, so we may not get any grip at all. But you know what? I have no idea. I'm just thinking, yeah, if we do it too tight, then you don't get any spring because it has to compress the spring in order to do anything. Well, yeah, I mean, V-Minion's gonna, like, it's released and it's not released, and then it's here and then it's not here, and it's done and it's not done. It seems like they did their kind of announcement months ago, was it now? And nothing has happened. So I've not heard anything. If I do, you'll know when I do. But at the moment, I'm running the same information that you are, so. Of course, it would be logical, wouldn't it, to have a minion, and then we could have perhaps a comparison. After I've done my big boy comparison of the two behind me, we have a little boy's comparison of the V0 and the minion. Anyway, let's get on with it. For system identification, for SI, IS, input shaper, do you mean, rather than system identification? I do have an ADXL 345. I used it for the VORON and I need to use it for the rat rig. I don't have a mount and stuff set up for this, but we won't be doing that today anyway. It's wiring focused on the bulk of the wiring. So because we've got this LDO kit and they've done a kind of a good job getting everything pre-prepared with the wiring, they do have their own little extra guide that you can follow to help you do everything according to their setup kind of thing. It's not massively different, but it should be a little bit helpful. So in here, this is in the video description, by the way. Go into the wiring guide. It's like all of this stuff's pre-wired, so just enjoy. Basically, I have got the normal guide on the other screen, which you can't see. So if I need to reference that, I can, but hopefully won't need to. I do need the wires, though. They're over in this box over here. If I don't have any wires, wiring does tend to be a bit difficult. And there is, of course, a printed part for this as well, isn't there? Don't know what I've done with that. There's a big green box somewhere. I've got a green box and I've got a black box. And I've got some mounts. And I've got some power supply covers. So, this is a box of wires. That's the mains thing, that's a cable, that's a Raspberry Pi, that's a 5-volt supply. SD card I don't think we need at the moment. We do need this. We do need this. We need a control board. We need a cable management-y thing. Did you get a good sleep before wiring today? You know what? I didn't. But we're not going into details about that. So, the VHB tape. Yep, that's right here too. Let's see how we get on. So, the mains wire inlet doobly thing. I did check this before. Everything seems well connected, nicely covered, going to the right places. Bit weird that they're kind of over there, but it doesn't really matter, that's fine. We've got fuses here as well. I would assume they'd be different for 120 or 240 volts, but T1AL 250 volt. T1AL 250 volt. I guess it is just two fuses, and they've got different ones for 120 volt regions. So I'm going to stick this in here now too. Whoops, wrong way. Zip ties are within reach there on the desk. Is there already one in here? There's already one in here. Goodness me, how many fuses do they think we need? They're like, oh, you lot are incompetent. You need at least 3 fuses because you'll balls it up multiple times. Okay, this bit looks good. Attach the wires above using that when wired correctly. So we've got hopefully some. Let's put that fuse away, don't need that. I think 3 amps or so would probably be. 1 amp's definitely not enough. I don't know, I think it'll be okay. So we got this. So we've got a short harness for mains wiring, nicely labelled as well, ground, live, neutral. All the right colours, all nicely crimped. Very, very nice. So we've just got to make sure we stick everything in the right place. So brown, obviously opposite brown. Bit fiddly with everything already in the way. blue goes opposite blue. Keep that earth one out of the way. Oh, this is a bit tweet. Oh, come on. There we go. The very important earth as well. These are very tight. Can't get the blooming thing in. Might have to. Well, I definitely can't recommend this as a strategy. I feel like I need to try and pry these open a little bit. I'm not sure that's really done anything. Yeah, just a little bit. There we go. That's it. So that then obviously mounts into, do we want a green box or do we want a black box? I think we'll go black. Let's get this the right way around though. Oh, we need to do the heaty thing on this as well. It's a little bit, no, that was a bit damaged. We're just going to go with the green. Green looks good. So this is a slightly different one to the VORON one. Just the panel thickness is slightly different, 1.2 millimeters versus 1 millimeter. Hopefully I was not premature putting that in. There's a screw hole or a hole of something there. Hopefully that's, dunno. Not going to be difficult now that I've put that in. Oh, it's a heatset insert. Okay, let's do that. And we're going to need to choose the right ones of these as well. That definitely looks better than that one. This one looks a bit under extruded, strangely. So I might go with the other one, so that and that. These can go away. Don't need that bag. Don't need that. Okay, this looks ready, so let's put this in. Easy peasy. So that's that part ticked off. So for, it's now saying follow the original guide for some of these pits here. So if we switch to, we need to turn on PDF and off this. Yep. So it's kind of, I feel like I'm going to be following two instruction manuals at the same time here. So firstly, check the switch, set to 230 volts, so that's good for me in the UK. VHB tape is double-sided and sensitive, pressure-sensitive adhesive tape. Other vendors have similar products that can use as substitutes. Support the deck panel with one hand and firmly press the power supply against the panel to achieve a strong bond. Should you distrust modern adhesives, alternatively you can mount it by drilling 2 holes in the deck panel. So which way round are we looking at? So the back is closest to that side, so it looks like that position there. Up in that corner, press it down. We're going to need to move the bed. Okay, so where's my tape? So so I'm live early today because obviously I didn't get as much done in the earlier live stream in the week. So before the Sunday one, I did need to do at least something today. And we're doing it earlier rather than later, purely because I'm not available later. Simple as that. So this is kind of a bonus live stream, if you like. It was not originally on the plan, but it needed to be done, so here we are. So I don't want it quite touching the walls. I want a little gap just to prevent any contact if it's rattling or something. Oh, that's just spun round. There's nothing to index the position of the feet, so they can just spin, which is kind of weird. Guess I could do it a little tighter. I don't think I used any Loctite on them, which maybe is why if they're coming loose already, that would be a bit weird, but okay, so now we've got to mount the 5-volt power supply as well. 5-volt DC-DC converter, so we've got a little thing for that. Where's that little box? Over here. So this will take in the 24 volts of this power supply and convert it to 5 volts for the Raspberry Pi. And we're mounting this up the other way, so let's turn this upside down. It's coming up here. So somewhere about there by the looks of it. It looks like we've got 2 nuts in here. So it's going to be using those. And we want some M3 by 6mm screws. Still got loads of those. Oh no, this is not the right way. I'm doing this incorrectly. Let's try that again. It's the other way up. I didn't see these holes. There's some other holes here. Oops, missed. There we go. That's the right way around. £16cm long, so I'm looking at the other instructions now. We want a 16cm long piece of this. $16cm is that notch here. So how does one cut this appropriately? With a blade, cut it easily? Don't feel like blade is the intended cutting method, but kind of works, I guess. Oh, the 2 sides don't align, that's inconvenient. And then we need a 16cm piece of this too. Hum. We could use some like side cutters or something, might be a bit easier. So now that we got this, we need a bit of extra tape to sticky that down. Yeah, a little hacksaw probably would have been appropriate, but you know what? this works. Blades are just easier, aren't they, sometimes? Well, it was not really easier, it was just closer. Not particularly a great justification for using it, but there you go. I'm going to cut this wobbly bit at the end off. So that looks like they want it right in there. It's probably a bit too much VHB tape for one tiny little duct, but sliding your finger through that's kind of painful. That's probably not recommended. The inside edges are quite sharp. So let's show this. Hide this. So we've just done that, and we've got this in, and we've got that little duct part in there. This is how to wire these things. Install the AC inlet and complete the wiring of the power supplies. The end result should look something like this. So that's what we're aiming for. I think we can probably manage that. So the AC inlet is 3 M3x8s. I know you want to build it stock first, but I would recommend the utility belt top hat mod. It adds a bit of height for the cables to the mini afterburner and PTFE tube plus LED mounts. Nice! Well, as I'm going to start testing the two printers behind me now a bit more intensely, I'm going to need some things to print, so mods for other printers is generally quite a good bet, I think. Let's get these in place. So you've got holes in the top here to help you screw things in, but my drivers are always too fat, which is kind of unfortunate. But I do have a normal Allen key here, and that should go through okay. Yeah. It's missed. Okay, both of those are in, so now let's just get this side one aligned. So obviously you want to get the side one tight first rather than these ones, because that's obviously going to change the position of the of where it sits. There we go, that should be nice and robustly fixed there. And we want to stick our mains cables down the bottom. I'd want something to prop this up a little bit really. That's a little bit too much. I haven't got me lazy Susan. I think an empty cardboard box might help. So let's get these in. This is long. I guess we can tuck it in once it's installed. Where's my little screwdriver? That needs a crosshead thing. There we go. So we've got spade terminals for this, so you don't need to take the screws all the way out, which is convenient. Earth obviously goes in earth. They are labelled, so blue is labelled N, neutral goes in the N slot. I have no idea what the sound level is, because as you can see, mine doesn't work yet. Somebody else might be able to help you. The cable's a bit long. That's okay though. This could be, if that was further back, then these would be a bit more flexible. That might help. I don't know if I want to risk modifying that myself. No, I'm not going to, because the last thing I want to do is cut the cable accidentally. So that's AC inlet. Then we've got bed earth we're not going to do. We've got 24 volts. So this is for Raspberry Pi, for the control board rather, SKR. So we need one of these negatives going on here. Negative here. And jump 2 over. One positive. I think we can probably stick that a couple through there and then come out there. Something like that. And then I've got another one here. 24 volts in to the 5 volt power supply. So a couple more terminals over here. Do you have a multimeter handy for continuity testing after wiring? Yes, I mean, I could. I generally don't, to be honest. I can see why you should or could. It wouldn't be a bad idea, that's for sure. It's not something I've done before. So this is then going to come into the power supply up the top here, into the input section. And there. Oh, you can't see. Let's do a ground test now, shall we? I mean, the frame isn't going to be grounded on this one, but could be sensible. So earth is definitely connected fine. That's the main one. Finally, cover up the power supply, PVC duct and PSU. Oh yes, so we can just stick. I don't know how much extra length that one has. It's just easier to clip on or press on, who knows. Oh, missed. Oh, how did I do that? We should have a little power supply cover as well. Very nice. That just covers up those terminals so you can't accidentally stick your fingers in there. So that's that lot, that lot, that lot. Wiring the electronics. So we're moving to the normal back panel area now, so we can take this box away. That's empty, so that can go down there. Oh, it's sitting on the plus. I was like, what on earth is... There we go. I think I might move that out of the way for a minute. Hopefully it might make this initial step easier. First, let's place the SKR mainboard, Raspberry Pi, and the remaining PVC duct. Our layout's slightly different from the official assembly manual. Okay, so presumably they are still mounting them on the little things though, so we need to put our... Weirdly, these have like screw holes as if we're going to screw them down. It's hard to see if they've actually... Oh yeah, they are screwed onto a thing, okay. But we've got screw holes in it as if they're going to be screwed onto the panel, which would be lovely, but no siree. Oops, daisy, sorry for that. That's going on here. And the Raspberry Pi's just here. Hello? Open here, okay. I didn't do my Raspberry Pi power cable. Let's put this in. All the way around this way. So, presumably that's going to go on there that way around. And this is going on. It has the weirdest hole pattern, this control board. Like so, okay. So how does it suggest we screw these together? So M2 by 10s and M3 by 6. So we need the self-tappers, wherever they've gone to. Got them 3x6 here. Joe Arnold, thank you very much for the $5 tip. Ah, cup of tea. Cup of tea. Thank you kindly. So bloody ball ends. Yes, hit that like button, yo, cause makes me feel better about myself. Oh dear. Yep, early stream to catch up. Got lots of things to do. Let's do a quick ad spot from LDO. This video would not have been possible without our sponsor, LDO Motors. LDO Motors are well known for their quality stepper motors that feature in many 3D printers. But did you know they also do complete kits for VORON 3D printers? Their VORON v0.1 kit has everything you need, with the exception of the printed parts, taking sourcing from your living nightmare to the easiest part of the process. LDO's focus on quality means that you don't need to worry about component choice. This kit includes genuine Bondtech gears, Big Tree Tech control board, Phaetus hot end, pre-installed Kinovo heater with thermal fuse, stainless steel linear rails, and a beautifully anodized extrusion frame available in 7 different colours. With every kit, you'll also get their brass heat insert tool, which, when fitted to a soldering iron, is the ideal partner for adding threaded inserts to your printed parts. If you're after an entryway into high-performance 3D printing, check out the VORON v0.1 kit from LDO Motors via the link in the video description, or carry on watching to find out more. So, it looks like the viewership on YouTube has hit 0. That seems unlikely. The counter on screen says 0. Weird. So I wanted to try a different hex for these screws, because the 1.5, which I believe is what they should be, is really, really loose in here. Like, I can wiggle it like 1/8 of a turn without it even moving. So I was wondering if it's closer to an imperial size. No. 1/16, maybe it's 5/64, but that one's missing. How about for here? I've got a 1.5 of this. Let's see if this fits any better. Well, this is a bit better. And 36 people showing now. LDO kit does not come with a display, no. Display is actually not part of the default design, I believe. It's a mod. These are really tight to get in. Oops, there's it. Right, so pie going over here somewhere. So the position of that's going to be the maximum. I want to be able to get to SD card, which I can there. Yeah, obviously this is, because of the fixed length of this cable, we've got to be really careful that we don't mount this too high and can't plug it in. That would be rather annoying, wouldn't it? So more tape. Bit long that. Can that still go on next to it? Yes, let's do that. Try not to waste any tape if we can avoid it. So I'm going to use tweezers to get this off. I think that's the best way. Bit difficult to push down now that we've got everything installed. That's that one. And then is it a good idea to put heat sinks on now? I think we'll leave them for a bit. No, it's going to be more difficult once everything's installed, isn't it, I think. So let's get these heat sinks on now. I mean, the pie could go further up. The trouble is this cable is not very long, so this will only go to there. Oh, you can't see. So that connector that needs to plug into that power connector can only go there, so at max it's going to be 5–10 mil higher. So unless we, yeah, that would be really stretching if we put it there. I think it'll be okay. It does look much higher in the image, I grant you, but my cable don't go that far. Can you get USB in? I don't know, hopefully. Let's have a look. So that's going that side, this is going this side. I mean, it sort of fits. It's outrageously, I mean, a little right angle connector would be a massive benefit. Put these little heat sinks on. Oh, that was close. That is actually really close. More tape. I mean, this is probably way more tape than is actually needed, but because this is super, super sticky tape. So, looks like that goes directly below there. Again, quite high up. And that's touched, so now I have to push it down because right, good luck to me. Hopefully that's enough space. Downside of having it taped obviously is changing your mind is not very easy. Okay, the power supply, the USB cord and heated bed cables allow is okay, so heated bed cables. Let's put that up over these. Through here. Oh, we need the where's me plastic duct? More tape. Jump backside. Oh, what? How did that happen? No. Come on. Right, is that connected on there? Ooh, it doesn't quite fit. It's going to definitely need to be shorter, isn't it? Because we got the other part at the top as well, so let's... Right. So yeah, touching the bottom but a little bit of gap at the top is going to be good here. Okay, okay. Cool. That's close. That bed thermistor is right at the limit. So we've got some small JST connectors which we need to slip on the end of this. Don't have to worry about orientation for this because this is the thermistor. It's not polarized, so either pin in either place is fine. Just make sure they're both nicely connected. And then, where are we going? That one there, connected in, and then route that in through here, here, down into here. And then the bed, that's coming up to that second screw terminal up here. Coming in here, so. I feel like we could do with more light, couldn't we? What do you reckon? Doesn't help that it's already just, there's a lot of black pieces. There's another cable on that diagram, but I'm not sure what that's... Oh, is that power input? I thought the power was this one on the end, but maybe it's this. Or maybe that fat one is for the bed. And we just attached the bed. Yeah, it's definitely this cable. Also super duper long. We're going to need to disappear some of that cable length somewhere. There we go. Nice tidy length now. Let's have a little bit more. Okay. Oh, we need that USB cable as well. Oh, this is going to be tight to the power supply, I think. We've got room. Then it does a little wiggle round for, and then goes up into here. It's that way. That's good, not putting too much strain on any singular position. Now connect to the Y and Z end stops. Make sure that you use the cutouts reserved for each respective end stop in the panel. Oh, I've not done that top piece of cable. That top panel in here, I don't have this on yet, or this bit, so maybe we should go back to the normal manual for a bit. Bring back PDF reader and hide this. So this was power supply, control boards, position them in, obviously slightly different to that. Mains we did, that's all done, that's done, that's done. 24 supply, printed bed, bed thermostat, that's done. And stop. Gives you cover. And then it talks about this down here. So that's weird. Okay, well, official manual says just it seems like a really random place for this instruction. Considering we'll have wired everything by the time we put that in otherwise. So let's get this. I don't know how this is supposed to go in. There's no nuts there. That's mildly concerning. What the? Oh, I see. Okay. We also need that little cable management doohickey up the top there. So I've got to find that from somewhere. Oh, we've got a black one as well. What do we think? Black or bright green? I think the bright green looks quite snazzy, doesn't it? So an M3 by 10 screw to get that in, and M3 by 6 for those. M3 by 10. Oh, there's barely any. I only want one, that's fine. We do, oh. Oh no! There's no knot! Is it hidden? It could be hidden somewhere. Oh, there it is. It does exist. Phew! Why is that not going to go? It quite often does sound a little bit weird without any context. Turns out context is important. Who'd have thought? I'm going to need to open this hole up a bit for some reason. Oops, a daisy. It doesn't quite line up, never mind. So, Y end stop, Z end stop. Z. Why does it not show where they actually plug in? I'm guessing it's right next to this. Z end stop. Oh, I need the connector on the end of this one. And then Y is the one above it by the looks of it. Oh, that's not good. Get out of there, you. An hour and 20. This is taking a while, isn't it? So bed thermistor, Z end stop, Y end stop, and then X presumably. Okay. Oh, the result. ZY bed. Very nice. Run the bundle of toolhead cables through the motor panel and straight into the top end of the PVC duct. So I've got some extra long cable covery stuff on this. Kind of want to know how long this lot needs to be before I can cut it. No, this is just refusing to go anywhere but here. X end stop goes in here. Hot end thermistor goes down the bottom. And heater goes in these two bits down here. So we need to undo this. So luckily the connectors on these are specially selected on this harness so that they can't be put in the wrong place. So this big long one goes in down here, and this short one goes in here. And I've got the camera in the wrong place yet again. Is chat still going? You guys just all gone super quiet. There's more people and less chat. don't think I've ever seen this little chap. 51 people and no one's said anything for ages. Somebody say something controversial. No, don't. Motor E is this one down over here. So lengthwise this is set now pretty much. Good one. I like it. That's about right length. Hopefully that's appropriate cable length for the top. Yeah. Yeah, it's only file format 11. These are some good controversial statements. Yeah, I need to cut this down. Is this? I feel like this is it, but I also think it's not. Be especially careful with the hot end fan connection. ABZ motors, yeah, we need to do those. This one comes down. Clip it behind this top section. Can't see on that diagram which one's which. So A actually only needs to be like 5 centimeters, unfortunately. So it's going to be a little bit long for this job, but and Z is the last one, so Z is a separate cable, which is super duper long. Oh, and I did not pay attention to what way around I was installing that motor, because that connector comes out the wrong way, really, but it'll be fine, I'm sure. In fact, we can obviously use this to our advantage, because we've got plenty of space down here to hide the rest of this super long cable. Disgustingly tidy this is. Damn. There's, looks like that. After connecting the wires, you can now cover the PVC duct. Wiring is now complete. I'm not going to recrimp those motor cables. I don't feel I needed to as well, actually. I think that's rather tidy as it is. If there wasn't a good place to store them, then it would be messy, but there is, so we're good. Good as gold. So we can now enclosure. I have got to be a little bit wary of time. Let me just check how long I've got. Yep. Probably do another hour. So let's have a quick ad spot. This video would not have been possible without our sponsor, LDO Motors. LDO Motors are well known for their quality stepper motors that feature in many 3D printers. But did you know they also do complete kits for VORON 3D printers? Their VORON v0.1 kit has everything you need, with the exception of the printed parts, taking sourcing from your living nightmare to the easiest part of the process. LDO's focus on quality means that you don't need to worry about component choice. This kit includes genuine Bondtech gears, Big Tree Tech control board, Phaetus hot end, pre-installed Kinovo heater with thermal fuse, stainless steel linear rails, and a beautifully anodized extrusion frame available in 7 different colours.
With every kit, you'll also get their brass heat insert tool, which, when fitted to a soldering iron, is the ideal partner for adding threaded inserts to your printed parts. If you're after an entryway into high-performance 3D printing, check out the VORON v0.1 kit from LDO Motors via the link in the video description, or carry on watching to find out more.
So, for the enclosure, we start with the skirts, and of course I printed 2 complete sets because ABS and ABS Plus. The ABS Plus ones look really nice, so I'm going to be going with those. That's those 2, not those 2. And then it's those 2 and not those 2. So these can go in here. Oh, my arm really hurts. Played a lot of squash yesterday and haven't done for a long time, so that's why I keep doing this kind of thing. Trying to stretch it out a bit. So there we go. So we need 2 for this one over here, 2 for this one over here. Sorry, there we go. This will make a bit more sense now. So we get these skirts on the side and they kind of close up these edges a little bit nicer. Oh, I haven't done the heaty thing. Oh, this is going to take ages for these. Do you kind of wish I had a fast way of doing this? It's not particularly quick, that. So, I think it's going to make them all bendy as well, so we've got to be a bit careful. So that's going to go here, so we're going to line up this screw over here, the screw over here. Does it go inwards, this one's? No, they go flush outside. Yeah, the 2.4s kind of go inwards, whereas these ones stay flush. So the opposite way. I mean, you could probably put them that way around. Looks pretty sweet, actually, to be fair. Yeah, you can't on that. Doesn't fit there. So this way. And we're fitting them with M3x6s. Okay, that's that side. Then we match up this one over here. So the plan is to get the mechanical parts finished now, but I do have the entire enclosure still to fit, so that might be impossible. And then the stream tomorrow, the Sunday one, will be firmware and the first print. That's the plan. Firmware, I shouldn't be too much configuration, I don't think. Front ones you could do backwards. No, let's do it. Not just do it. Let's just follow the gosh darn instructions. The V0.1, just because I fancied it, really. There wasn't a lot of logic behind it. LDO wanted to sponsor a build. This one was available. I mean, obviously I've got the V-Core 3 and the 2.4. Oops. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. I think... So I remembered I have some magnets on my bench. Is that... Yes. There we go. But you should be able to see the 2.4 right behind me. 2.4 is in blue with the black box, and then the V-Core 3 is in red on my right, your left. One thing I do like about the 0.1 is because it's small, it's much easier to build for me on this desk. The V-Core 3 and the 2.4, because of their size, once you've got that frame together, you're working with an enormous printer the entire time. Whereas with this, it's dinky and adorable and there's loads of space to just get on with it. Looking pretty good. Those nice skirts around the base just tied it up nicely. So that's skirts, panels. This we did, this we've done, that we've done. Now it's onto these. Now, I have actually prepared these partially in advance. I've added all the VHB tape that I should need, but I've lost the parts. What? Typical. What am I doing with them? Oh golly, see, my legs really hurt. That's what happens when you play squash rages. Right. Oh, my leg. Oh, they stopped hurting while I was sitting down. They kind of went a bit dead. Oh, okay. So, I've already attached the tape to all of these pieces. Obviously, there's lots of the red backing parts to remove. Is squash like tennis? Yeah, squash is like tennis, but you fold the one half of the court back on itself and you play it in a really tight room where you can run into the walls. And you both play on the same side. Not played for like 5 or 6 years, so it was quite exhausting. I keep adding capabilities with my printers because I want to print all of the filaments. I got a Core XY Hypercube style printer because it will be easy to enclose for nylon/ABS. So the 2.4, no, this side, this is fully enclosed. So this is quite a good printer for fully enclosing. It's quite cheap to do, the enclosure. I mean, the rest of the printer is not cheap to do, to be clear, but enclosing it afterwards is relatively easy. Because it's just panel, 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 done. I'm not familiar with racquetball, but I guess. Squash is played with a little rubber ball that you have to kind of heat up a lot to get it to bounce properly, kind of thing. So we've got top hat, that's still to do. All the plastic on these panels, by the way, is going to look horrible and rubbish. It doesn't come like that. I've pre-peeled it and kind of put it back just so it doesn't scratch against the other panels. But it's just so that I can, when I get to the panel, I can just rip this off really easily. I have no idea what size pieces I want or need. I'm guessing it's all the large pieces and the little pieces will be for the top hat later on. Later on. So, this is the bottom/underside, isn't it? So, where are we? This direction. Don't know how that's going to screw in. No, this is not the underside. I've got confused there. This is the back. Yes, this is the back. This comes... okay, yeah. So... I have no idea what panel... Okay, that one looks like the door. The back would be sensible to maybe have a completely black panel. Are the others all the same size? No, that is taller. That is that, and that one's tiny. So is this going to be... I have no flipping clue which panel is which. It looks like this black one would fit here, because it comes all the way to the top. Let's check. Oh, if we zoom in, might be able to see. Yeah, that looks appropriate. That's the only panel that's going to fit all the way up there. And then we need to work out which parts of these. So it's not that, that's got a hinge, that's got a hinge. That's got a hinge. That's got a hinge. So that's the door. That's also part of the door. That's also part of the door. And then we've got two, I mean those hole patterns are all over the shop. That's a left and right of that, that's a left and right of that, that's a left and right, oh no, that's different again. Have I got enough parts? I feel like I might have not printed enough. And these are all the same. So for this back panel, it looks like we want those two. One of these, for some reason, and not one on the other side. Why would you only want one? There's not one here, that's bizarre, isn't it? And then two of these that have one hole. Hopefully I've got too many of these rather than too few. This has got a bit of extra sticking out. Oh, this is here. There isn't a measurement for the panels. There might be, but I'm pretty confident in this one now, so. I think I might have printed the wrong size thickness for these. No, maybe not. Just going to bend a bit. We'll see how we get on. So I've got to move these all into position. So it's what? That's going down here. That's going in the middle, so something here. This is going up the top, so that's going there. I mean, I did get all the right parts. Because I checked, because the LDO panels are different thickness, or there's different thickness pieces available. So I thought I got all the right ones, so hopefully we're okay. What we're screwing in with 3x6 at the top. Oops, amazing. There's my big fat bag of M3x8s over here. Oh dear. I guess I could glue these, stick these to the panels and then get it in place. That seems a bit risky. I've probably gone a little bit overboard with the tape. Probably a single square on each piece is more than enough. Oh, it's a bit late for that. Where does it say to do the... Too late. Where's the tube? This is a weird tube. Why is it not a normal PTFE tube? Okay. I'm not sure how much. This tube seems very, very long. I don't know where this tube needs to go. Come on, push through. I think I'm going to open this hole a little bit. It's a bit tight. Okay. We should do another ads. Did we do? I forget how did I start forgetting? I keep forgetting how many ad sections I've done. I think I've done 2. Haven't I? I did one just now before we did these panels. Was it 30 minutes ago? I don't know how I keep forgetting. I need to have like a counter just so I can count to 2. That's pathetic, isn't it? Right, I'm not sure about the zip tie locations or whatever. They'll do. As long as we've got the tube in there, we can make adjustments later. So have I only done one? If I've only done one, we should do another one. Let's do another one.
This video would not have been possible without our sponsor, LDO Motors. LDO Motors are well known for their quality stepper motors that feature in many 3D printers. But did you know they also do complete kits for VORON 3D printers? Their VORON v0.1 kit has everything you need, with the exception of the printed parts, taking sourcing from your living nightmare to the easiest part of the process. LDO's focus on quality means that you don't need to worry about component choice. This kit includes genuine Bondtech gears, Big Tree Tech control board, Phaetus hot end, pre-installed Kinovo heater with thermal fuse, stainless steel linear rails, and a beautifully anodized extrusion frame available in 7 different colours. With every kit you'll also get their brass heat insert tool, which, when fitted to a soldering iron, is the ideal partner for adding threaded inserts to your printed parts. If you're after an entryway into high-performance 3D printing, check out the VORON v0.1 kit from LDO Motors via the link in the video description, or carry on watching to find out more.
I have no idea what happened. But now I know I've done at least 2. So we're good. Why is this not? Huh, weird. This corner panel seems to be thicker than everything else. Am I going to have to use a 10mm screw? Shouldn't do, right? No, that's just not going in. It must be thicker. I don't know, maybe it is in. No, it's not in. Strange. I feel like I might have a combination of correct and incorrect thickness pieces here. This one definitely looks more appropriate for the thickness of the panel. Am I going to be... Okay. Should you test everything before putting the panels on? Yes, correct. I mean, it's not impossible to take the panels off. The main thing I'm doing really here is getting the right location for all these stick-on pieces. In theory, it shouldn't be too difficult to take the panel off and back on again. Obviously the nuts will slide out of position, but once you've got these stuck on pieces where you need them, it shouldn't be that difficult to adjust things, to take them off and put them back rather. I've done 4. So the one at the front's kind of just a disclosure. I thought I might have done 3 of the long ones already, but 2 of the long ones already. Thank you for checking, much appreciated. Oh, that's very clever. Sliding the panel out is a really nice idea. Has it affected the noise or vibration, or is it still? I guess it's probably clamps down fine, doesn't it? Yeah, these pieces, I think I've got the ones for the wrong. All this tape is just way too thick, or the tape is just totally unnecessary, because they just don't feel like the right thickness. Yeah, I think the back ones aren't meant to have them. That's maybe why. I don't know. This is on there now. I guess it would be... No, I can't slide the things out, can I? Because of these plastic pieces at the top. Well, that'll be fun when we get to that, won't it? Let's just hope that everything's going to work. I can't even... I suppose... Yeah, even getting the... It almost... I think it needs a door at the back. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Because even getting the SD card and stuff in the Raspberry Pi, and there's a random connector that's not plugged in. Well done, mate. Okay, well, I'll sort that between streams, between now and the next one, to make sure everything's going to be okay. I'll probably take that back panel off for the next live stream. Looks like that goes on there then. Does this go this side? What's this one for? That's the door. So door will go on the front. So this... What the hell is this panel for? Oh, the top of the hat, isn't it? That's what it's for. Of course. To be honest, just a copy of the front door design that goes on the back would be enough, maybe. Don't know if that's possible. Doesn't seem like, at the moment, there doesn't seem like any reason not to have a door. Oh, does this go? It goes up further, that's why. So it's going to be one nut over here, one in the middle, one over here, one here, one in the middle, one up here, one over here, one in the middle, one over here, one down here, one in the middle, one up here. So this is a hinge on here, and then I guess a normal one over here, a hinge one down here, a normal one in here, normal one in here, normal one on here, and a double one down here. That looks about right. No, there's no foam tape, just this sticky bits. The difference between this and the 2.4 is with the 2.4 you've got moving stuff that's right close to the panel, so you have to space it off a bit. I think that's part of the reason for using that foam tape. Whereas with this design, everything that moves is well away from the panels. I haven't checked out the VZ bot yet. I do intend to. That one's not stuck on yet. Is there one at the top? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it looks like there's only 3 left then now. I might have messed up. Or was there? Oh no, because you've got the door on the other side, so I guess it's slightly different. Okay, so are these all M3x8s? They are. These are all not long enough, I think. I'm going to go find a bunch more M3x10s if I can. Oh, did I just put... I think I just put 8s in the 6 bag. Yeah, idiot. Yeah, it's a bit too late with the back panel. That's, well, it's not too late. I can take it off. That's not a problem. But hopefully, I've got a bunch more M3x10 button head screws. I think I do. I'll go and have a look. Shouldn't be long. Right. Bunch more screws, so hopefully we can do all these with all the 10mm screws instead. I think the 8s are fine for 2mm thickness panels, but I think the LDO ones are all 3mm, so the 8s just end up not quite long enough to grab the nut. If you flip the whole printer upside down, that might help you grab the nut, but Oh, that's missed that nut. Oh no. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I think these nuts are stainless steel. Yes. Why are they not magnetic then? I mean, why choose stainless steel when it's not magnetic? I must say, I'm not quite so happy with the quality of these parts. They're not quite as well printed as many of the others. I think what's actually happening with the 10mm ones is they hit the bottom of the extrusion sometimes. This is taking a while as well, isn't it? For some reason I didn't think this would take very long, but I think the problem is these nuts, right? You have to align them and it takes ages to put them in exactly the right spot every time you want to screw something in. If it was just like peel the plastic, screw it in, peel the plastic, screw it in, peel the plastic, screw it in, it'd be fine. But this is like peel the plastic, spend 2 minutes putting the nut in the position you want it, and then screw it in. Yeah, this is not ideal. 10s are too long, don't use 10mm screws. Unfortunately, 8s are also too short, so that's just not great. I feel like you can't get it right, no matter what you do. Screwed if you do, screwed if you don't, that sort of thing. How long have we got? 17 minutes. We're not going to get this all done. Rapidly running out of time. Do I have all the right pieces? That goes there. That goes there. No, I don't, do I? 1, 2, 3. Need Numero Quattro for that. Excuse me. And then there should be that, 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 and that for the door. We're one piece short by the looks of it. So hopefully that one looks horrible. Oh, that one looks horrible too. First layer obviously was not great for this set. They're all a bit gappy. We'll put that around the back. Oops, is it? Could cut the 10mm screws down a bit. Give the 8s another go. It's in.
think really the reason for this difficulty is actually the thickness of the VHB tape. Because once you've grabbed the nut, it's kind of easy to sort out, but it's getting enough compression on the tape for it to pick the nut up off the bottom so it can tighten it. What the hell? Yeah, 8s is definitely the way to go. You just got to make sure you can pick up the nuts off the bottom. Oh no, I want this one over here. Yeah, I think this would be way easier just without the tape. That's 3 panels. We've got enough time to do the door. Lay that on there. So M3 by 40 and M3 by 25 form the hinges. Oh, that looks like I do actually have to screw that one into there. I thought it was just going to sit in nice and easily and not be any bother.
To properly function the magnets in the latch, latch must attract the magnets in the handle, obviously. Install all magnets in the latch with the same polarity and test the handle before gluing the magnets. I feel like getting this correct is going to be not very easy. So that's what I want to do. Drop of super glue and then VHP over the top. Oops, a daisy. Motherfucker. VHP, where's the VHP? This might be le fucked. Yep, those are good and stuck now, I think. Goddamn magnets, why do you have to be so difficult? Yep, that's just crushed it. That super glue really stuck that really good and proper, and that's just absolutely screwed. Oops. There was 2 extras. Hopefully they were not needed anywhere else, because I'm not going to have any more. Okie dokie. We now need to get these glued in here the right way around, which is going to be also not easy. I might just splodge some glue over the top of these instead. It's not clean, but should work okay. Frickin' magnets, man! Ah, did they need to go in here because my... Why is there pattern on the panel? Are they not going to work like this? Have I made a big mistake? That looks okay. I think it was intended for them this whole pattern in the door to be used for the magnets, wasn't it? So let's get the latch pieces. Two and 3x8s. This could be a bit risky. I should leave the glue to dry. I think we're going to stop there because I need to leave these glue to dry before I stick them in, just in case. So I think probably best that we call it a day. That's nearly 3 hours. Holy. I thought we were going to be done in like an hour and a half for some reason. This is just supposed to be a brief catch-up stream, but it's turned into a full-on whole dealio, hasn't it? So thank you everyone for watching. Thank you LDO for sponsoring. Hopefully it's been useful for anyone following along, maybe. Definitely made some mistakes there with the magnets. This is why I don't like using glue, just because it's one and done deal kind of thing. I'd much rather have something that if it doesn't work out, you can just undo it and try again. But you know, that's not what we've got this time. Hopefully everything will still work out fine in the end. But that's going to be it for now. I shall see you on the next one, which should be tomorrow evening. And hopefully I'm going to have enough time to fix this up and have all the firmware and stuff ready to go for then. Fingers crossed.